I'm very excited to welcome Steve Grant from 80s chart toppers Tight Fit. A whim away, a whim away.
A whim away.
Yay! Welcome, Steve. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's lovely to be here with you, Claire. Thank you.
40 years on, Steve. That's how long that line has been sleeping. That's more than just a nap, isn't it?
That's a huge dream sequence.
And you guys, you kind of reformed again 10 years ago, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. So the girls were actually working together and working with somebody else, and he couldn't do the gig. And I'd stopped doing musicals because I lost a lot of my sight. So I stopped doing theatre work. And they called me up and said, we've got a gig. Would you be interested? And I said, why not? Let's go for it.
Perfect.
And so that was, I think, around 2010. And then from that, our first big gig was London Pride in Trafalgar Square, which was fantastic.
I bet that was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 20,000 people in Trafalgar Square all singing along.
And is it all still the string vests and the loincloth?
Thankfully, the loincloth is in retirement now. So it's probably cleaning somebody's car as a chamois as we speak. But we are a little bit more subtle with our outfits now.
I have to say, you're all still looking so great, though. Denise and Julie, they're gorgeous women, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're still rocking that leopard skin, actually, aren't they?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. We still get out there and do our things, and we're holding it up for the 60-year-old.
Damn right. You look super fit as well. You're keen, sort of, you work out, don't you?
Yeah. My motto is, if you want to wear Speedos at 60, go ahead, but just always remember to put them on the right way round, because that's not a good look.
I'm sure some people would love it, Steve. I'm sure they would. What is it like then performing now compared to back in the day?
So it was really different back then, because we obviously had a lot going on. We had a record company who were quite difficult to work with, and it was very pressurized, and we had very little time to ourselves, and it was going there, getting on a plane. And now we're not doing gigs day in, day out. We do gigs when they come along, and then basically party gigs and 80s nights. So we're all kind of living our youth along with the audience.
With everyone else who's there.
Yeah, exactly.
How lovely. And when I think of like The Lion Sleeps Tonight and Fantasy Island and actually your new material, it does make me feel quite joyful. And you as a band, as a trio, you all look like you're having so much fun.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's the thing with it now. Because we don't do it now because we have to do it. It's because we've chosen to do it at this age. It's something that we've known each other for, like you said, for 40 years. We're like an old married threesome, and we're just out there doing our thing, enjoying it, and hopefully, the audience are always singing along with us and dancing. We in fact, we had a gig last weekend in Essex in a big field, and we do lots of 70s and 80s and a bit of disco, bit of pop, and at one point we were doing Love Train, and all the field were singing along. People around the world, join hands, and they were all doing the Love Train, including the policemen who were there working.
Fantastic! And what a feeling!
Yeah, and those times are what we do it for, because it's. That makes it all worthwhile. When people are out there having a good time and enjoying it and having fun, that makes it worthwhile, and we as long as we're having fun, we'll keep doing it.
Absolutely. And let's talk about your new music. So you're now signed to Energise Records.
Yeah.
Last year, you returned with Fallout, your first original single in 40 years.
That's right.
And, that's amazing. And now you've followed it with your latest single, Holding On To You. And that's a real anthem, isn't it? It's a breakup anthem, actually, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I love
really
it.
Is. And everybody can relate to that song, because everybody's been in that position of being in a relationship, being devastated, but coming out of it stronger. And that's really what the song is about. And we heard it, thought, love the lyrics. lyrics, loved the tune of this song, and then Seventh Heaven did the production, and Project K did a great production as well, with a retro mix. And we just said, well, this has got to be a single, because it's a great track. You know, it's a really good.
It sounds very Eurovision, actually.
It does, yeah. And we had that with Fallout as well, when Fallout came out, because you know, that did really well, got to number one on the Heritage chart, and a lot of people said that it was very much a kind of Eurovision. And I take, you know, I'm a big fan of Eurovision.
It's awesome.
I take that as a big compliment.
Get yourself on that show next year.
I'd love to do it, but you know, just being where we are now at this stage in our careers and getting this opportunity and being given these great tracks to record, it's a big bonus for us. You know, how could you possibly not go with it? And we just said, when Energise sent us the songs, I said to Julie and Denise, oh my God, we're going to get to record some amazing songs at this stage of our career. And who could not want to do that? We just feel very privileged, feel very, very lucky to be in this position. So
I love that gratitude that you guys have. I love the video as well, and your little routine on Brighton Pier.
Yeah, did you notice we put a little bit of hand movements in there that are for sign language? There's a little bit of sign language in there, and we just do a little bit of routine. You know, we don't want to do too much movement at this age. Something could fall off. So,
oh dear, we don't want that. No, we don't want that.
So yeah, it's a very kind of nice sort of friends out for a day in Brighton, having a bit of a dance on the pier, and yeah, it's a fun video. We had a great time down there, except it looks like it's quite warm, but it's freezing and windy, and
you hit that well.
a bit like the Fancy Island video with me in the swimming pool at one point, and I think it was April in the south of France, and going in the pool, which wasn't heated, was blooming freezing.
Oh really?
So, yeah. So that whole video looks like it was hot and summery. In fact, it wasn't at all. But
it's not all as glamorous as people think, is it?
It's really not. It's a tough life.
It's tough stuff. You hide it so well. So what's next for you?
So we're still doing the album. We've done I think we've done 7 tracks so far of the album. So we've got 3 more to do, and there's some amazing. We had more songs that we could have put out, but as singles, because there are probably five or six tracks so far that we could have used as singles. So there are some lovely songs on there, written by different people and produced by different people. There's Matt Pop Productions, Seventh Heaven Productions, Project K. And hopefully it will be out in I think late summer, early autumn. So by the time we finished it and put everything together, so
sounds
it's not
awesome.
too long to go. But we're just really excited about that.
And are you doing some festivals and things?
So we were obviously we didn't work a lot through lockdown. We had 80s gigs booked in, but which were all cancelled, obviously. So we've only just started gigging again, so hopefully it will pick up over the next few months, and we'll be back out there again. And also, fingers crossed we can get some of the new stuff into the show as well. So it's exciting times for us.
It really is. People are going to love it.
Pinch ourselves.
Well, I'm so pleased that it's going great for you guys. You must give my love to both Denise and Julie as well, your gorgeous girls that you get to work with.
I will do. I'm very lucky having such gorgeous female bosses.
Yeah, they look after you, I'm sure. And thanks so much for joining me today. It's been fantastic to talk about what you're up to.
It's been lovely, Claire. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Best of luck with the single Holding On To You. It's out now. It's fantastic, and we shall look forward to the album too.
Thank you.